Hello, hope you're well. This is Mr. Poole. We're going to do 2 weeks of learning about famous people from history. So I thought I'd do short videos every day that would help you at home, because this is what the guys are doing in school. So hopefully you can see there's a picture here of Tim Peake, and Tim Peake was the first British astronaut, and this here is a picture of the International Space Station. So here we go. Major Tim Peake, he was the first British astronaut, and he blasted off to the International Space Station in 2015. He travelled in a Russian Soyuz rocket which launched from Kazakhstan. Can you see the picture of the rocket and of Major Tim Peake? And you can also see the International Space Station there as well. Now, he was 43 years old at the time. He is married, he's got 2 children, he was 17 years in the army. He also was a helicopter pilot in the army. He applied, and there were 8,000 people that applied to be an astronaut, and he obviously won to become an astronaut. As part of his training, he learnt Russian. He spent 12 days under the sea. I think that's probably to recreate a little bit of what it's like being in space. And he also completed a winter survival mission, because it is very, very cold out in space. There he is on the International Space Station, and he did months of experiments while he was there. He also linked back to schools over here in Britain and the world, talking about the experiments that he was doing. If you go onto YouTube with one of your grown-ups, you might be able to find some of the experiments he did, because they're all videoed. Here he is running. Now you'll see that he looks like he's lying down running there, and that's because of the gravity in space, and that his feet are on. This here is a treadmill, and this thing here is holding him down so he's able to run. I know that when he was there, he also ran the London Marathon at the same time as other people, which is very cool. So the International Space Station is the size of a football field, so probably about a similar size to our playground. Maybe a bit smaller than our playground, sorry. It travels at a speed of 17,500 miles an hour, 240 miles above the Earth. And it travels round the Earth from here all the way back round to the Earth again in 90 minutes. So it does that all the way around Earth in 90 minutes. Very, very cool. So there you see the pod that he landed back on Earth. And when he landed, he was carried because actually you lose quite a lot of muscle, I understand, when you're in space. So he wasn't massively strong. One of the things he did say as well is he could smell really, really strong smells when he landed. He also felt terrible, like poorly, when he did land, but then he felt better afterwards. So these are some numbers from his mission. 186 days in space. 10, that's the number 10. It's the International Space Station moves 10 times faster than the speed of a bullet. 2,800, which was the amount of times around the Earth it made. This is a massive number. 114,240,000, which was the kilometers that he traveled in space when he was doing that around Earth. So he did that. And then 5 centimeters, because he was temporarily 5 centimeters taller when he left Earth, because when you gravity makes you a bit smaller. And finally, he dialed, so he rang the wrong number 1 time, from space. So things you could find out today if you wanted to. You could find out if you could look up and see where the International Space Station is. Can you find out where it is, and could you look out for it? Could you find out what it looks like inside? Could you find out how astronauts sleep, how they eat, and also how do they go to the toilet? Also, how do you apply to be an astronaut? I don't think they take head teachers, but could you be? Could you be an astronaut? So there we go. There's some things that you could do today. Also, some of the other things that we've got going on is there's a great song here. So this is about the planets. There's a YouTube clip here, planet song for the solar system, and I'll pause that one. And there's also another silly one as well, which looks like this. So this is from Storybots from Netflix, and this also tells you about the planets in space. One of the things you could do today is you could make a picture, and you could send me a photo, which would be what the planets look like. You can see here some splodges, and then I think this person's tried to put them, so here's the sun, and they've tried to put the planets in a sort of sequence and also some sort of size. So see if you can do that today as well. Guys, keep safe, keep well, and I'll hopefully see you tomorrow with another video. Bye bye.